So today is another really hot one, but my goal for this video is to try and clean up that rat's nest of wires that is on the passenger footwell. I want to make a plate and mount the ECU and all the wiring, and then I can start tackling the race pack. So I'm gonna mock some stuff up out of cardboard and try to see if I can make a cool bracket for everything. So I made this really crude template. It's gonna mount kind of like that. It's kind of hard to do with my hand, but it's gonna mount like this to the firewall. So it's gonna kind of have everything mounted at like a 45, almost coming up to the back of the glove box. That way I can tuck all the wires and clean them up behind it and mount everything I need up in the front. And that should work. Now I got it traced out on some sheet metal. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it out. I just whipped it together, cleaned up the edges a bit. I'll probably go over it again with like a little sanding pad, but hopefully this will fit. So this is kind of what I was thinking. I think it's gonna be tilted a little more than this, but this was just an idea. So I'm gonna make sure it lines up before I drill the holes, and then I'll drill the holes for all the pieces that are going on it and throw some paint. Roughly where it's gonna go. It mounts up there, and then down to these two pins, these two bolts. And it's gonna be at this kind of angle, so it's not in the way of feet or anything, but then also there's plenty of room to tuck wires and get access back there if you pull the console up. A lot of holes. That should do it for all the holes. I made them all oversized, so they would, I wouldn't have to be as accurate with the placement. I'll just put washers on the back side. So now I'm just gonna take a flapper to the back side to just clean up some of these burrs. And then I'll bend it up and get some nuts and bolts and dry fit everything, and then take it off and paint it. This tool is super convenient, but it lasts about 13 seconds before you have to change the batteries. So you have to have a crap ton of these batteries. Here's the plate. We gotta find some hardware for stuff like this. I got this kit, and I should have a bunch of different sizes if I have any left. These should be a good size. Yeah, that's a good size right there. Nice. So that everything should be able to mount And look, all the hose line up. That's good. Zip ties are going to go in here to hold the wideband controller. And then, yeah, hopefully I have enough of these babies. So that'll do it. Ready for paint. I'm so proud of myself. I made something clean for once. Damn! This is looking way too good for something I made. Out to the bracket. It looks freaking awesome. I just gotta grab the other CAN cable to make this jump here. But other than that, it's just ready to tidy up the wires behind it and bolt it up. This is way nicer than anything I normally make, and I'm like wicked stoked. I can't wait to see it fully in. And just like that, all cleaned up. And there it all is, mounted up there. So the one mistake I made was it was a lot more over to the right than I actually thought. So it's really tight over here with these relays. It'll definitely work. Like, they're not constrained or anything, like they're, you know, free to move, but it just meant that the wiring over here was really tight, and we have a lot of this stuff in the wiring specialties harness, like the diagnostic box and stuff, but I don't need that anymore with the Haltech. So it's just going to be kind of like pushing all this back and up. This like harness is the one thing that's kind of in the way, but like there's nothing in the footwell, you know, any more than these wires here. So that's really nice. The only thing that didn't go underneath it was this big block adapter for the Haltech, which is fine because I'd like to be able to have access to that. So basically all that's back here is the slack from all the different things like the wideband, and eventually it'll be where I tuck all these flying leads, you know, stuff like this. But it worked out really well. It's flexible enough that I don't think it's going to bother anything, but it's definitely rigid. You know, it's secluded enough away that it's not going to be bothering anybody, but it's still easy access. So I'm super stoked with how that came out. But once again, I'm a sweaty mess. It is hot as hell, and it took way longer than I thought it would. So another super late night at the shop, as always. But yeah, this is like one of the first videos in a while where I set out to do something and I get it done first try. So I'm gonna be trying to post more of these shorter single task things. I normally film over the course of like sometimes even a month trying to get like one thing done, but now that the engine's running right and everything's good, I want to start doing these, you know, small tasks that are still, you know, pretty decent, but I'm going to film more of them. So hopefully I can get more content out to you guys about the build now that I'm all motivated again. So yeah, hope you like what you saw. If you did, please hit the like button. If you want to keep following along with my build, Ted's build, anything we do here, please subscribe. If you want to be notified when I post, hit that little bell icon. I know I can post pretty inconsistently sometimes and it might not always pop up. So if you really want to follow along, hit that little bell. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.